the one thing that I also find interesting with your experience is that you've been in different sized writer rooms. So
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about what it's like to be in a writer's room and, trying to help people understand the collaborative process that occurs once you step in?
I mean, I think like if you've ever taken improv, like the rules for improv are exactly the same. Like listen, say yes and always do your best. Like it's the hardest thing in a writer's room. Um, both that I have done and both that I experienced is when you really dig your heels in. The tricky part about this, like sometimes it's really important to dig your heels in and it produces a great result. Sometimes when you dig your heels in, you alienate everyone and then it's a longer way back to the flow of the room. I think the biggest thing about a room is having flow and being, on Breaking Bad, they talk about how the writers were all kind of a hive mind, which means everyone's kind of connected to the same source. That is the goal. That is always what you're going for. It's great when that happens. It's usually happening because of the alchemy of the room and the showrunner that's creating that environment. The showrunner will create the environment. Like I've got a fantastic showrunner now that is positive and encouraging and keeps things moving and doesn't want to work past 6 o'clock, which is important because you have to have a life to keep writing about one. And I've also been on shows where like the showrunner was going through a divorce and never wanted to go home, and so we would stay there late, and it ended up just sort of like eating everyone's morale, and the show really suffered for it. Like it just sort of lost its air, if that makes any sense.